We are happy you are with us for another What's Next Longevity Deal Talk. We have some great guests and deals to talk about, and a big deal for our very own Mary Furlong you'll want to hear about. We'll get started in a minute, but first, this. Our sponsor in this episode is Magnolia. Here is CEO and co-founder Liz Tarullo.
Magnolia is a company that provides family caregivers all the tools they need to support their loved ones as they age in community. As more families navigate the transition of aging in place, we know the process can be complex, overwhelming, and very expensive. Magnolia members have access to aging experts to provide personalized guidance, exclusive discounts on relevant services, and a simple platform to manage finances. If you're in the business of caring for older adults, we'd love to hear from you. Write to us at hello@joinmagnolia.com.
I'm Fred Fishkin along with Mary Furlong. Hi, Mary.
Hi, Fred. We have a lot to share today.
We do, including a wonderful honor for you. Stay tuned for that. First, we want to welcome Raissa Hacohen, Managing Partner at Longevity Venture Partners based in Israel. Hi, Raissa.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, the longevity market is really global, and wonderful to have Raissa here today. We're so glad to have you on the podcast. We're going to chat about some of your recent deals that you've closed, but first let's hear about Longevity Venture Partners and what you're planning to do. Tell us how you got into the space.
Sure. Thank you so much. So Longevity Venture Partners, this is our second fund. It's a $30 million dedicated fund to the silver tech space. We closed it in April. We're about 7 investments in already, 6 million deployed in this new fund. And the mission is really to reimagine the way we live in order to redesign the way we age. So we're scouting and backing the top 1% of mission-driven entrepreneurs tackling the longevity space.
Terrific. And here on the podcast, you have some new deals to announce publicly. Tell us about these companies and the investments, Raissa.
Sure, we're really excited in terms of deploying the new fund. We have a couple of pre-seed deals that we've done so far. One is In-House Health, just closed a $1 million pre-seed round. They're an early stage company building the future of workforce management in the nursing space with predictive analytics that incorporates factors like clinical complexity and nursing experience. And they really aim to optimize the allocation of human resources within institutional healthcare settings. So that's one we're really excited about. We're very bullish, and I'm sure we'll get into this, but we're very bullish about the future of workspace.
So staffing is what you hear from senior housing and home care. So tell us more about what you saw in that startup. How are they using the technology to improve the staffing issue?
Sure, absolutely. So the truth is that in a lot of institutional settings, some of the resource allocation is still done in the back of a napkin. And so they're really trying to digitize and automate the shift process. And so they're really matching, the workload. So you can predict a certain amount of the workload that any given department is going to have that week, and match kind of the senior staffing and the staff ratios accordingly in order to optimize. They landed a partnership with Asuta, which is one of the leading private hospitals in Israel. And so they're currently, analyzing all their data and trying to see, where it makes the most difference. And they're getting really, really positive feedback. The thing specifically, about this company is really the entrepreneur. So Ari Brenner is just a brilliant entrepreneur. He previously co-founded Stellar Health, which was focused on value-based care in the U.S. And so we were really excited about what they're trying to do.
And do you see it has applications in home care? Because I've heard from a lot of the home care companies, when they do placement, families may only want 4 hours a day. And so it's just organizing that technology allocation of resources.
Absolutely. Look, they're starting to tackle the, institutional, in-hospital space, but it has applications across the spectrum. There's one company that I have as well in the future of work that's they're still in stealth mode, so I can't quite announce it yet, but they're focused on recruitment and retention. So really anything, HR tech and the way it sort of the convergence of HR tech and silver tech is going to be very important in the next few years.
Yeah, we want to underscore that. Okay, tell us about some of the other investments.
Sure. So the next one is called Fairies. They're actually a very interesting one because, they don't think of themselves as a silver tech longevity focused venture. But Fairies is reinventing the housekeeping space, enabling chore and task-based menus instead of hourly based. So they digitize the full housekeeping experience, with a mobile solution, and you can basically get people to come to your home and do basic chores. So one, it's more affordable and it's more scalable. And what I loved about them, they're again the top 1% of entrepreneurs. They're a stellar team. They exited a company previously together in the food and beverage space, and decided to go out again together and tackle a new venture. But what I really liked about what they were doing is the task-based element of it, because right now caregiving and the whole industry is very focused on hours and time. And so it is quite innovative to think about, chore and task-based menus in the maintenance and housekeeping space. And the truth is that if you can keep people at home for a longer setting, between 1 and 5 years, and extend, their lifetime in the home before they start entering, sort of the step up to an institutional setting, you're saving a lot of money, and I think you're really doing everyone a big service.
Well, I like that idea too. Who doesn't need someone to come and take the garbage cans out, right, and bring them back in? And so I think that's going to be a winner. And what's number 3?
So the third is called Raissa. They're building a technology-enabled network to allow older family members to age in place. And the network really enables members to publish their needs, and then circles of family members or neighbors or even larger marketplaces can sort of grab the task in real time. And so it's creating sort of this tier-based circle system. Let's call it a support system for people who want to age in place. Again, the entrepreneur here is stellar. There are a lot of companies going after this space, and we've looked at quite a few of them. But the company is led by Janine Kotleroff, who is an amazing entrepreneur. This is her third company, but her first time going after the longevity space. So we were really excited to partner with her.
And at what level are you investing?
So in general, it's a funny year, right? It's a funny year to come out with a fund because we've had a lot of opportunities that maybe were later stage that we wouldn't have had otherwise given our check size. But generally we do pre-seed and seed. We could do pre-A as well. In the pre-seed space, I'm really looking for, a market that we're really bullish on, and the top, 1% team going after that space. And then in the seed space, I'm looking for a little bit more traction. So I'd like to see some early market traction in the form of revenue or partnerships with a few, initial customers.
I think I have a few to send your way. So I think our audience would like to learn more what you look for when making deals like these. Clearly, you're looking at workforce issues, but are there some other issues that you are excited about?
Sure. So I think I mentioned previously, we're very bullish on the future of work, that space, both in terms of workforce management, but also reimagining retirement. We look at lifelong learning, solutions that would promote, aging in place and independence for longer, whatever takes a burden off the institution and enables people to maintain their independence for longer. And then, solutions that are trying to match, health span with lifespan.
It was notable that you mentioned some names. So you're looking not just at ideas and companies, you're looking at the people, their track record, maybe the kinds of people that they are.
Sure, absolutely. So again, I need to be committed, have conviction in the market, because everything is market focused. But once we land on a market, we try to look at everything in the space, and we're looking for the top 1% of entrepreneurs tackling those challenges. And what's great about the longevity space is that, I think the scope is much broader than most people initially understand. It's not just fall prevention and emergency buttons. The future, we're reimagining the way we work, the way we learn, the way we live. And all of that is going to have repercussions on the way we age. And so I think, it's important to realize how broad the field can be and how many complex and diverse problems there are to address.
And how involved do you get with these companies you're investing in?
So I like to call myself an anthropologist before I become an investor. I really like to watch companies and see how the entrepreneurs move. So I'm very much a relationship-focused investor. I very heavily focus on the due diligence up front. I can watch a company for a month. I can watch them for 18 months. I really need to see data points and understand that, this is the point in time where they're picking up momentum. I enjoy working with my portfolio companies, but since I'm trying to back the top 1% of entrepreneurs, we're less hands-on on the management side. Our entrepreneurs know how to build startups, and we're really here to support them financially and with our network in the space.
Well, that was great decisions on your investment. We'd like to send you a few more to look at, and we're really looking forward to learning more and having you with us at the What's Next Longevity Summit in Washington in December. And I concur that the longevity market is much broader, and it's staffing, it's transportation, it's lifelong learning, it's new models of housing and community. There's just a robust opportunity there, and it's great to have someone like you leading it with an active fund. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Raissa. The website for more information is longevityventurepartners.com. The Longevity Innovation Summit is slated for December 12th and 13th in Washington. Head to WashingtonInnovationSummit.com for more info. You can register too. You won't want to miss it. Mary, another deal we want to highlight is one announced by another Israeli company, Intuition Robotics.
Yes, I've been working with Intuition Robotics for a long time, and they have a great set of investors, and they're having great impact with their robot designed to combat social isolation and loneliness. And we just learned in the Surgeon General's report how vast that issue is, even more daunting than we knew before. So exciting to see they've been funded by an A-list of investors.
Right. They've raised $25 million in a round led by Toyota's Woven Capital growth funding, along with participation from Toyota Ventures, Our Crowd, and West Technology Investment.
So congratulations to Dor and his amazing team.
And you can find more about their robot at LEQ.com. Ready for another deal? Blooming Health, a company focused on providing technology to community-based aging care providers, has announced the successful close of an oversubscribed $4.2 million seed round. Investors include A4 Capital, Crossbeam Venture Partners, Chelsea Clinton's investment firm, Metrodora, and angel investor and DoorDash co-founder Evan Moore.
We maybe should look at that one for Washington as well. So exciting opportunities today.
Well, the growth at Blooming Health is exciting. They're expanding from 4 states, including New York and California, into 4 more. They plan to reach 1 million older adults by the end of next year. Really, really terrific. Mary, we have another guest joining us from the CEOC and Aging 2.0 is President and CEO Tammy York Day. Hi, Tammy.
Hi, good morning.
Tammy, thank you so much for joining us. And I'm really looking forward to coming to Louisville. I've watched you over the years and seeing you at the Aging 2.0 Optimized Conference coming up just about 2 weeks away in Louisville. So tell us some of the highlights of this year's conference.
Oh gosh, Mary, and back at you with the following you, you're a legend. And the biggest highlight for me is that we're going to get the chance to honor you with the Aging 2.0 Lifetime Achievement Award. I know we're going to be talking about that, but other highlights are our agenda. This really is the conference that helps convene and looks at organizations who are doing this work in this aging space from across the globe. So our Optimized Summit, we have panels on things like creating a culture of innovation and looking at that from an industry perspective. Healthcare companies, corporates, they aren't always known for innovation. It seems almost like an oxymoron sometimes, but we're having those discussions about how you do that, what works, what's effective. We have a keynote speaker, and he is absolutely amazing about what happens to the brain when you die. Dr. Zamar, and these kind of conversations and bringing together, tying innovation and capital to industry and bridging that gap is what the conference is all about.
Really I remember when Mary Fisher was there and wanted Louisville to be known as the most compassionate city. And you have a lot of healthcare providers like Humana and Kindred and others, Signature, right in Louisville, but also the amazing impact that Aging 2.0 has on a global level. We know the chapter here in the Bay Area is extremely strong, like 2,500 people, I think. Atlanta, Kansas City, London, and I know I spoke to Eric yesterday. He's going to be coming in from London, and that chapter, which has an amazing population of people.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. They're very vibrant. That's the exciting thing. When we came together with Aging 2.0, ours with CEOC, it started as the Louisville Healthcare CEO Council because people don't realize, I think, the concentration that we have in Louisville, Kentucky, with the companies that were sited or founded in Louisville that are really focused on aging, especially healthcare aging innovation. So our council is 15 of the CEOs of some of the largest healthcare companies in the world. From that whole longitudinal health journey, from the time you enter the hospital through end of life, with payers, providers, care at every stage. That's what we are. And so with this group, who was originally convened by David Jones Jr., who was co-founder of Humana, it's how do we create a new healthcare future? How do we come together from our different perspectives and chart that path? Aging 2.0, self-described with Katie Fike, Stephen Johnson, and the incredible Arnie Whitman, they self-described as you all built from the bottom down with the CEOs of the large organizations. From the top down with the CEOs of the largest organizations. We built from the bottom up, and when you look at it from innovation and that grassroots. And so it was really a no-brainer to bring the organizations together. We acquired Aging 2.0 in 2022, and we are just absolutely thrilled now to be able to move and chart a new path forward.
And they really are global, right?
Oh, yes. Aging 2.0 is 130 chapters on 6 continents in 30 countries. So we last year at our Optimize had ambassadors from all over the world, from Japan, from London, from Australia, Canada. We have a very vibrant group in South America, for example, with many chapters. And Sergio, who leads kind of the South American ambassadorship is incredible. So vibrant chapters across the US, but also across the globe, because there's so many lessons that we can learn about aging, and we need to have those conversations. This is a global conversation, not just a domestic and US conversation.
Fred, I've been watching Aging 2.0 from the start. And I actually had lunch with Stephen and lunch with Katie as they had the idea to create Aging 2.0. And then to watch the explosive growth through the years and then all of this coming together. One of the things that I think propels Aging 2.0 is there's this spirit of entrepreneurship as people are experiencing these issues of aging. And then they see their pathway to creating a business and the network and the business model. So part of what gets teased out here are the business models, like how do you go to market with senior housing? How do you go to market with home care, healthcare? And those things are shared lessons, and there's a great shared spirit as well.
Now, Mary, that is I think bringing those two things together with the messaging, the spirit. And it's interesting, as we charted our path with CEOC, we started what we call discovery labs that morphed into our innovation engine. So we do a deep dive. When we have a big topic, interoperability, social determinants of health, we meet with each of our companies and say, what does that mean to you? How does innovation enter your company? What works, what doesn't, where are there gaps? And then we do a global innovation search and a call throughout the Aging 2 network and look for the innovations that address that. So we take the mystery out of what's needed with corporates, and they've, our organizations have committed to pilots. We address, funding with investment, and, not just CEOC, but other organizations, funders, investors, across, the globe. So bringing those conversations together, really looking at what's needed from different perspectives, from the innovators. So many times I think in the past, innovators get so far along with developing, a solution, and they don't have the input from industry side because they don't know who to go to, or it's the wrong people. And industry have done a bad job of really finding the innovators. They either spend too much time with something that doesn't work, or they miss opportunity that could really be game-changing for everyone. So when we have those better health outcomes at our core, and when we look at charting that new aging future, that's what gets us all up, I think, in the morning and excited. And Mary, no one more than you throughout your entire, career and your life's work.
Let's talk a little bit about that, since Mary's not going to ask you to, about this Lifetime Achievement Award. It really just a wonderful thing.
This is so exciting. This is our inaugural Aging 2.0 Lifetime Achievement Award. And, with Mary, when Mary was nominated, it was so unanimous with our panel who did this. There was no one that we identified that is come close to having the impact of, that Mary Furlong has. So as our inaugural award winner for this Lifetime Achievement, we're going to be honoring Mary at our Optimize Conference, which is September 27th and 28th in Louisville, Kentucky. And, Mary has a birthday that's closely following that. So I'm teasing her and telling her we have a few tricks up our sleeve, but this is a very, it's a very important part of really recognizing and honoring the work that's been done and the work that Mary will continue to do. That's what excites us when we look at the new future. So we couldn't be more thrilled to bestow this honor, on Mary and to Mary for her work. And so this is going to be, like I said, this is what I'm most excited about with our conference. So that's going to be actually on the 27th is when we'll be acknowledging everything that Mary's done to move aging and the conversation forward throughout her entire life and career.
I'm so humbled and I'm so excited, and I do like to party. So, and it's going to be great to be there with everyone. I'm deeply honored by this honor, Tammy, and it's kind of hard to put into words, but I'm going to try and find the right words. But, I just looked at the Surgeon General's report on loneliness and social isolation, and it is shocking how much work we've done in the space and how much work there still is to do. And of course, I do really appreciate also being on the Thrive board. And we will be bringing several of our clients are coming. I think it's even more now. And I think we're going to have great sessions there. And I'm excited by the number of new people coming into the space and also how quickly we're getting deals done. So, in speaking to one of your chapter ambassadors in Europe yesterday and connecting him with some of the people he will be meeting there in Louisville. So we're very excited. Good luck to you in the final days of preparation. And we look forward to working with the CEOC Council and Aging 2.0 in the years to come.
We're, same, Mary, we are very excited about. That's another thing with Louisville, Kentucky, Thrive I can see Thrive's building from my office, and with Mary Haynes and Sherry Rose and the whole Thrive team, it takes all of us in this conversation and moving this work forward. So we're excited as well. So congratulations. And I can't wait to say that in person in a couple of weeks.
Thank you so much. I'm truly looking forward to it. Fred, over to you.
Well, thank you, Tammy. And thank you as well to Raissa Hacohen from Longevity Venture Partners. Also, thanks to our sponsor for this episode, Magnolia, Thrive at Home with expert support. Find more at joinmagnolia.com. We appreciate all of you for watching or listening. Don't forget to subscribe and please help to spread the word. You can find more at maryfurlong.com/podcast.